Robbie, we just start with the news that Paul Downing has joined us on loan until the end of the season. How pleased are you to get him in the building?
Yeah, very pleased. Experienced player, played at a really high level. More importantly, a leader. You know, he's going to help us along massively, both on the pitch and off it, in terms of setting the standards that we expect. Although we don't feel that we have a problem with that. Another good character in the building is always a good thing.
Sort of, is he brought in not only for his abilities but also to complement what we already have here then?
Yeah, so you know, we feel we've got some really talented young defenders, and they'll be, you know, learning all the time from someone like Paul. We've got Jim McNulty in the building who leads by example every day as well, so you can't have enough good players, and Paul's another one that we've managed to get in.
How glad are you to have him in the building, and is that sort of number one in terms of incomings, and what do you expect to happen over the next couple of weeks now?
Yeah, number one of a few, I hope. We're working ever so hard to get a couple over the line in time for the weekend, whether it'll be touch and go because they have to sort some details out with the clubs that they're at. But yeah, I came into this transfer window knowing there was a potential to lose some players, but also knowing that the type of character and personnel I wanted to bring in was really important. So Paul was number one on the list in that position. We've got him secured that, so hopefully we can do the same in the other positions as well.
You just mentioned a couple of outgoings that have happened already, of course, Aaron and Jake. Just your thoughts on those moves, and sort of, I guess, the club wish them well for the best for the future, don't
100%. Both go with our best wishes. Different circumstances to both. So Aaron was coming to the end of his contract this summer. We offered him a new one, which he's quite within his right to decline and see what options were there. So we could have waited till the summer and kept hold of him. But that would have meant you go to the lottery of whatever the compensation would be set by a tribunal, and even worse if he got an offer from a cross-border club, an SPL club, which I know that we're looking at him, we won't get anything. So as a football club we made the decision to do the business now. Bolton came in with a really good offer. We've got bits and bobs on the back of it in terms of add-ons, which we wouldn't have had. You just don't get them in the tribunal. So Aaron goes with our best wishes, and you know, he's gone to a club that's relatively local as well for him, so it works for everybody. Jake, it's very difficult to stand in the way of a player that goes into the Championship. We take great pride of developing players to move on to a higher level, shall we say. And Blackpool met our valuation. Again, it's a really good deal for the club, and Jake, we wish him well. And I've spoken to both players since they departed. Both had all positive things to say about the football club and how we do it, and that's the reputation we want. We want to be able to, of course, first and foremost win football matches, but give players a platform that if they do well, we will develop them.
In terms of replacing those two players specifically, is that something that you'd sort of already pre-planned to sort of do ahead of the transfer window as well, knowing that there would be interest in those two players?
Yeah, it's a horrible window, January. It's forever moving. Loads of different parts to it. Loads of different players turn up, left, right, and centre. Just make sure we get the right ones. Not panicking into the first ones because they might not be exactly what we want. But we're well on with 2 or 3 more players on top of Paul, and you know, certainly by early next week we should have some more bodies in. Fingers crossed we have them in by tomorrow and they're available Saturday.
Yep, just looking at Saturday now, it'll be nearly a month since our last competitive fixture. How's this week looked in training for yourselves?
Monday was a good day. Obviously we had the disappointment not playing on Saturday at Colchester. So Monday we worked hard. Tuesday we had an in-house full-size game. We thought about bringing opposition in, but then you're obviously restricted to just playing 11 players at a time, so we mixed the teams up. Some of the youth team played in that, so everybody got the full experience of being on the big pitch and getting minutes in the legs. And today and tomorrow it's prep days for Tranmere, so yeah, we feel that we've had a good week. It's obviously not ideal, exactly what you said, so long since we last played a competitive game. 2 things with that: obviously the players will be absolutely chomping at the bit to get going again, but secondly, you know, we need to make sure that we get all the rustiness out of our system early in the game and start the game as well as we can to get a footing in it.
Was that every sort of reason behind having that 11-a-side game during the week then, to try and sort of get a bit of that rustiness out, like you said.
Yeah, of course. It's, I don't know if anybody's been to our training ground, but we haven't got the biggest spaces, so we played here at the stadium. Got proper refs in and assistants, so nobody could shout at a member of staff if they were giving a free kick away, which is always a bonus. But yeah, it was a really worthwhile. It was an extended training session, if you like, but just to make sure that we try and cover every sort of option to get the players as ready as we can for the game on Saturday.
And how is the squad looking ahead of the weekend?
Yeah, pretty good. Jimmy Cahan's the only one missing, really. Obviously, there's a couple of bumps and bruises from the little game we had Tuesday, but other than that, I should have a fully fit squad.
And your thoughts on Tranmere, who are flying high?
Yeah, really good team, strong team, in a really good run of form. I think they've signed a player or two today as well. So, yeah, we're expecting a difficult match, and we need to be the best version of ourselves as we can to get something out of the game. But our last game although it seems a while ago, we were very, very good here against Newport, and we need to be again, and if we are, it gives us a chance in the game.
Even though that game was so long ago now, can you players still take confidence from the last performance and result, if you like?
I think it's probably too far, really. We will remind them, but it does seem a hell of a long time ago that we were here and celebrating that win. But it is what it is. You crack on, don't you, and we'll make the best of it.